Hey everybody. First of all, we got to apologize. Sorry for the wait, but thank you for being here. Of course, though, I'm not by myself. Kane or Chronicle Ghoul, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's just yeah, sorry we're like 20 minutes late. We really apologize. But thank you so much for hanging in there. We really appreciate it. Uh yes, no, scapegoat. Trust me, I was scared myself. I didn't think it was gonna happen, but you know, we had to get it done for the people, for the people.
You guys, I saw you guys because I was chilling. I've been chilling in chat this entire time. I've not said anything since firing me from a cannon, but I've been
Oh my
here.
god.
You were invoking my dad to get me in stream. It's still happening. It's still happening.
Yeah, he's like the unofficial third co-host. So there's High Historia, High Chronicle, and High Chronicle's dad.
I'll
So
pass it on. I'll pass it on to Senior.
oh man, Jesus! I thought you were being kidnapped. No.
Not yet. We were just having a massive behind the stage fight, actually.
Oh my god. Oh my god, the shape and the shadows. Holy moly. Thank you for
My.
supporting us at that level, man. Thank you so much for being here. Man.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and be nice, Kane. You see, that's Michael Myers. Be nice. Oh my god.
Michael Myers is great.
But awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right. So we have some stuff planned. Let's see here. We're gonna go over some articles. We're gonna actually go over the first review for Skeleta, so that's actually pretty exciting. Let's see what rating it got, and then a full breakdown of the album. I kind of did a little video of it on my channel, but we'll obviously dissect it ourselves. We always go into more of a discussion on that, and then we're gonna go over chapter 20 as Chronicle Ghoul suggested, and kind of watch it again with you guys, and we're all gonna kind of theory craft and dissect it together. So we also thought that would be kind of fun. So let's see what you guys catch. Maybe there's something we catch. So
yeah,
it should be a fun stream. But first of all, how are you guys doing? Let us know how your week has been since the last time we were all here, and let us know. But how about you, Chronicle? How you been doing?
I'm doing good. I've just gotten off a 9-hour shift, and turns out the time zone's changed. So I'm going through it, but I'm here. I'm here to entertain. And when you said Chronicle Ghoul fully, it sounded like you were like saying my full legal name, like I was in trouble.
Oh my god!
It's like me
James Albert III, you get back here! No. My god! Wow, that's crazy. I apologize for that. I would never say your full legal Kane Chronicle Ghoul again. Middle name Chronicle, but
my middle name's Farkas. Apparently, going off the last stream.
No. Please, nobody give any child the name Farkas again, please. But yeah, let's see here. What am I trying to do? Let's see. Actually, I did have a little thing here that I was going to show. Really, I tried to make a video earlier, like I had told you, but obviously that didn't go according to plan. And then, really, also another thing that threw us through the loop, or through a loop, was, I guess, time changed on Chronicle side. So now we're even, instead of being just 7 hours apart, we're actually now 8 hours. Oh my god!
It is 9:25 over here. I've been up since about 6 in the morning. I'm going through it. I do also want to quickly point out, Cam Tilly said that they are making a mask for the ritual in Manchester. There is a no mask policy at the AO Arena. Trust me, I had to find out as well. So just so you know, specifically for the Manchester one because I'm going to that one as well.
Okay.
No mask policy. So I thought,
Oh
public
no.
service announcement. It sucks. I have to go with face paint as well.
Well, there you go. At least they still allow the face paint, though, right? So that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no mask things actually like last few years the world has been crazy. So I've seen a lot of places kind of restrict masks, even places like conventions like Comic Cons and things like that where you know you people are used to coming in with like masks. I've seen some of them around me like no mask policies. Like what the heck? I'm gonna be Iron Man without the helmet?
Yeah. It's a huge shame. I was planning on like getting a Perpetual mask and everything, but it appears not to be.
Oh man. Well, like you said, at least you can go with just the face paint. Hey, Tobias himself is going with just face paint and a little half mask.
Yeah.
So not too much more than you. It's still the ghouls and ghoulettes that have more of a mask than anybody else. So, but
I mean, if you get silver face paint, you can pull off a very similar effect.
there you go. But yeah, oh, an announcement, guys. I did today open for anybody that's interested, of course. I did open memberships here on the channel. So here I'll put the little graphic up, some of the perks. You'll get like shout outs in every video, and you'll get these little loyalty badges that I created. And trust me, they took longer than they should have. But so these are like depending on how long you've been a member, you unlock these little badges that will go by your name. So I thought those were pretty cool. You go all the way up to a diamond. And then obviously emotes that you can use in the
I like
regular
these ones.
comments or even here in the streams. And the artist behind these not only already gave me these, but she's working on more for us that are gonna be Papa 5 in all the different outfits that we've seen him in so far, as well as some for Freighter Imperator, because I was like, we could not forget about Freighter Imperator. So Copia, whatever you want to say. Call me P, call me C, whatever. But yeah, so if you guys want to, join us for that stuff, that's pretty cool. Oh no, we're bald. No, here we go.
It
There we
feels
go.
naked without that.
I know it's like
We're
a
not at that
segundo
stage in
without the hat.
SKELETALK yet.
Oh man, but yeah, all right. Let's see what kind of shenanigans we can get into. What do we got loaded
The
in here?
mischief.
Let's see. Okay, so there was actually a magazine that had a really great cover story. But first of all, the magazine's name, just everybody, keep your mind out of the gutter. Okay, they chose a very good name, but the magazine's from France, so it's French only. So I had to translate, guys, aka Google. But
No
so it
wonder
was
it's
a
called
lot.
Rock Hard if it's French.
It's
God damn.
but yeah, you see how he's trying to cover it up, like just. But yeah, so we got a French magazine here called Rock Hard. Rock Hard. But you know what? I'm gonna give it to them. This is one of the best cover stories. And I think it's because his own publicist and manager, I believe he said throughout the interview, are French. So I don't know if this is why he gave like a really cool, like in-depth interview for this, French magazine. He starts to dive into some stuff that I haven't seen him or heard him talk about in either like radio interviews or things of that sort. And this is one, as you guys see right there, you can choose the cover like they did for that Revolver one back in the day, if you remember a few years back. Well, yeah, it's pretty cool. You can either choose one of these or you can buy the whole bundle. But here's the Papa 5 one. So yeah, I thought we would touch on that portion. We're not going to go through everything that was said because, we don't have all the time in the world. And like I said, it's already hard enough to translate this, and then we got to create slides with the English text on it. But yeah, I thought we can get into that if you guys are down for that. Let's see.
I love seeing the difference between all the Papas too, and those like
oh yeah,
the progression from Primo to V is such. It's so wild. I love it. I also love how you can tell like the miters kept on getting more expensive. Like the first one is like a Party City esque style.
Uh, they mention in here. It's funny that you said that, like, because especially the evolution, of course, of the masks and stuff. Obviously the first original mask was the second one.
Walter Gray. Yeah, well,
Wha-
the Primo's mask was Walter Gray.
yeah, because they even mention in here like you could still buy the mask that was like what they used for the very first one, and they even gave a price. It's like it's 56 and 73 euros. It's like very accurate, like very specific. They were. It's like all right, okay, maybe I have 57 euros lying around.
If I want to get a Walter Gray mask so bad. Walter White!
Yeah, Walter
Oh, by the way, I just want to say thank you, The Shape in the Shadows, for becoming Historia's first member.
Oh my god. Look at that. First super chat and a first member. Thank you so much. Oh man, that is awesome to see. But yeah, if you guys ever become members, we can start using those fun little emotes here in the chat and just get silly with them.
Get silly
Thank
with
you.
it.
But all right, let's dive in here. Did you want to do a similar thing where I can maybe read what the interviewer said and maybe you can read Tobias's quotes?
Yeah, sounds good. Nice way to break it up.
All right, let's do that. So here's our first slide. Like I said, hey, I'm still giving the credit right there on the top left, rock hard. Okay, but I had to translate everything, so obviously we're not looking at the original panels because we none of us can read French. Oui. So
I will do no such thing.
introduction. It says introduction. You'll quickly notice as you read this interview, Skeleta Ghost's sixth album seems to mark the end of a cycle for Tobias Forge. After 15 years of a relentless rise to the top, the singer and multi-instrumentalist seems ready to finally give himself time to enjoy the view. Even before we started the interview, Tobias told us about one major change going forward. The band plans to avoid air travel as much as possible due to the stress of long airport hours. Ghost will instead opt for touring by bus to maintain peace of mind. What might seem like a simple logistical note actually speaks volumes about the mindset of an artist who has poured years, months, and countless hours into reaching this point. You'll probably sense it from our 5 different cover variants as well. This was the perfect opportunity to mark the end of an era. So yeah, this starts on like almost on a really down note, man. Like we had
Yeah.
kind of talked about it a little bit where we were mentioning that, I think he's starting to get a little burnt
Burnout.
out,
It's
and
completely understandable.
yeah.
Because, like, not only... Because on top of just the Ghost project, which is now a movie, a comic, all the lore behind it that goes back to Secondo's era, because Primo didn't really have much. The music, the recording, planning it all, actually releasing the albums, touring, on top of being a father, it's almost an impossible task and ask for anyone to do. So him doing it for 15 years is already commendable enough.
Exactly. Let's and like they're saying here, like you can kind of already read between the lines. Like, I also kind of read from other places that they believe the reason why he hasn't done or he's not doing meet and greets anymore is just because also he's like a lot of people have projected their own like trauma to him, and he suffers with like anxiety, things of that sort. So I believe that's why on this tour, because at first I was like, I found that kind of like a weird anecdote. Like for a VIP, you expect, right, like the meet and greet as one of the perks, but this
Yeah.
time it was just like, oh, you get to, take pictures on the stage where they're going to perform, but you don't do any meet and greets. And now I'm kind of understanding why, and you really start the change from no airports anymore to the bus, because it's, I mean, airports, you can't really control like the thousands of people that are around you kind of at all time.
Yeah.
So I assume it's all that has to factor into it. But let's continue here. Okay, so the interviewer for Rock Hard says, before we talk about the new album, Let's go back to the feature film Right Here, Right Now, which came out last year. Making a rock film is notoriously difficult, as Metallica learned with the commercial failure of Through the Never from 2013. Now that the film has been released, what's your final verdict?
Finishing that film was a real challenge, mostly because other bands before mine, especially Metallica, had already made films that the music industry brushed off as just live DVDs. That made finding funding really tough. We pitched it to HBO, Netflix, and all the major platforms, and every one of them said, "Nobody wants to watch filmed concerts." We told them, "But this isn't just a concert, it's also a film." To which they replied, "Oh, like the Metallica one?" And yes, I suppose, in a way. We tried explaining that the story we tell with Ghost is different and that our fans are invested in seeing what happens next. That alone makes a difference. Ghost isn't Metallica. We don't approach things the same way. I get their economic reasoning since they saw it as a musical film, but we didn't secure any funding.
That's already crazy to hear how difficult it was to get that even off the ground.
Especially
But he
considering that it became like the top grossing in North America in that genre, didn't it?
yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. He continues here.
But I was already too deep into the idea. Production had started and it was too late to turn back, so I decided to work with one of our partners, Trafalgar Films. They're not a production company, they're a distribution company, but they have a cinema network. Together we ran a simulation that showed the films could screen in about 20 countries with maybe 1,000 total showings. That's when you start counting. If I invest this in this, maybe in a few years I'll break even. In the end, we exceeded 1,000 screenings. I don't remember the exact number, maybe 2,000 or 3,000. They were way more than expected, and the result is we broke even. That's a win. We didn't make any money, but we didn't lose any either. That's a fantastic result. I didn't make the film to turn a profit. I'd already written a story that needed to be finished. If we hadn't made the movie, we'd have to repackage all the footage into a series of small episodes, and since the scenes were already shot and fans were constantly asking for a live DVD, why give up on a project we knew people wanted? We figured out how to work around the system. I got to release the episodes, make the film, and we got a live DVD out of it. But it wasn't easy, especially because I was also working on the album at the same time, which made things even more complicated. That really just
That
shows how much it was all ramping
yeah,
up.
yeah. And that right there is very surprising to hear. Like you just said, like, oh, it was the highest grossing of its kind, like a live concert thing,
In
in North
North
America,
America,
or
especially, yeah.
whatever records it broke. And to find
Mm,
out that at the end of the day, they just broke even, that's crazy. And not even speaking of how difficult it was to just get it off the ground and made to begin with, where he said right here, if we didn't, then all the story I had already written, all the everything that happened backstage would have just had to come out in multiple chapters. But
yeah,
that's crazy, man.
I really couldn't imagine right here, right now, not being around because of how good it is, and hearing that, yeah, it only just broke even, really.
Yeah,
Not really profit, not really the loss, but it was there, and
like
all- that on top of all the work, like you only just broke even on this thing you worked really hard on is such a it adds to the what's it called, burnout.
yeah, because like you said, it was more like something he wanted to do for the fans. Because at the end of the day, it's like he said he could have just done these as little chapters, but he knew the fans were asking for like some kind of live concert movie, but at the same time with story. Because like they said, you can't just be live concert movie. Like I mean, nobody just. I mean, they're right in a way. Like nobody really just watches those anymore. So
Yeah.
you have to implement something in there, but at least it's a story that was already something fans were invested in and wanted to see continue. Whereas with the Metallica thing, because I did see that movie when it came out, it was just like it was just almost like a glorified music video that kind of, you know what I mean, wove into the songs they were playing at the concert, but
Mm,
it was just a jumbled mess, and it really didn't continue any kind of story that you were attached to before. So at the end
mm.
of it, it was kind of like you take it or leave it. But here it's like we are already invested with multiple chapters at that point, the double digits. And like you said, it's just hard to imagine now that we have it, not having it. So
Yeah,
crazy.
especially because Ghost, as opposed to Metallica or any other band that's done a live show that had a story element to it, Ghost has such a low presence. Um, Especially given the fact that the main guy is in a mask the entire time, and he's speaking in a different voice and has different actions that he's doing on stage, and he's a different guy.
Yeah,
Um, like it's not like James Hetfield comes out and like he's like Jimmy Cool and he's like playing a character. It's just James Hetfield. So there's already
exactly.
such a rift there.
Yeah, it's like a night and day difference between the two. I love Metallica, but
Oh yeah,
at least over there, even if not through all four, at least the majority of the weight of the band's shoulders is on not just James but Lars. They've been like the two, you know what I mean, kind of hand in hand,
mm,
always working through everything. Whereas over here, we know this guy's almost a one man band. Uh, Pretty much the rest of the ghouls and ghoulettes are kind of like they come on afterward or they're hired help. In a way, I don't want to diminish what they do, but you know what I mean, where he's kind of like he has a
yeah.
lot more on his shoulders than the average band that can kind of divvy up the weight of everything between equal members. So like
It's
you
not
said,
constant.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Let's see here. Okay, finally I get to let's see. It's true. I know, I was like, oh my god. It's true that you developed the film and the album at the same time. They're connected, aren't they?
Yes, and looking back, it might not have been the smartest move. Now that both projects are done, I'm happy with how it turned out, but mentally it was rough.
Especially after a 15-year career full of nonstop work, 6 albums, 2 live releases, 4 EPs, a movie. That's a lot in a short time. Do you ever feel overwhelmed by Ghost? Does it ever feel like a burden?
I don't think I've ever really seen Ghost as a burden until recently. Over the last 15 years, I've worked non-stop. Even during the pandemic, when we weren't touring, I was still working on Impera 2022. My only luxury at the time was getting to work a little slower. That allowed me to spend more time on the album.
Man, just hearing him say right there, like that maybe like now, like he's never seen it as a burden, but
Until
now
recently.
that line right there, that just like, dang man, that
Mm.
just cuts. That's crazy. Let's see. Here we go.
In fact, every album since Opus Eponymous followed the same process. While I was still touring one record, I'd already started on the next. During the Opus Eponymous tour, I recorded a first version of Infestus Sumum, then re-recorded it entirely after the tour ended. I remember that the last concert of that tour was on a Saturday. By Monday, I was already back in the studio. Same with Prequel, and once the new album is done, the tours pick back up. Luckily, interest in the band keeps growing. Our tours are getting bigger, and that keeps me motivated. It makes all the effort worth it, even though composing is a totally different experience from touring. Still, I can clearly feel, and I'm saying this even though I'm about to hit the road for 18 months, that I've reached a point in my life where I need to do something different, to change.
See what I mean, man? Like this
Mm,
is not stuff I was really hearing. Like you said, me and you kind of caught onto some of it in between the lines, but hearing him
yeah.
finally like being up front and
Mm.
just pretty much like really being able to notice the pressure and the weight that he's been carrying for 15 years, you're just like you start feeling for the guy, really.
Absolutely. And as I said, all this, and he's a father, a husband, he has to have his own personal life. Because in the other one, he described himself as a family man. So the constant touring, recording songs, writing, scripting a movie, and the chapters, and all that for 15 years.
It's
I
just
couldn't imagine it.
I could yeah. Slowing down might actually be a good thing for your creativity. Oh yeah, sorry, that is Tobias right there. Sorry.
How dare you? Everyone, point and laugh. Exactly, and it's not unnatural at all. How many bands released their debut album in 1980 and kept going uninterrupted past 1995? Aside from Motorhead, not many. So to answer your earlier question, has Ghost become a burden? Not over the last 15 years. I'm definitely starting to feel that once we finish this cycle, I might need to find myself a hobby. Just to feel like not everyone is always waiting on me to deliver something.
And that's the end of that portion right there. But
Mm.
that's crazy to hear, and it's like the interviewer kind of said in the introduction, and he kind of alluded to right there. I think this really is the end of a cycle, this 15-year cycle, and we might see him do like a pause, which is it's needed and it's understandable. You know what I mean? So he needs
Yeah.
to recharge.
I do, as much as I do obviously love Ghost and would love to have the unrealistic idea that it can keep going forever and do this and that. Tobias needs the break because there's been a lot
Yeah,
of really great artists that work themselves too hard. Some into an early grave, some not, some just to the point where they leave that an art form entirely. And I don't want that happening to Tobias. He's already been a man of so many bands with going back to Repugnant, Crash Diet, Subvision, and then he tried his own thing in Passiflora, and that didn't work out. And only then, as his last Hail Mary, Ghost worked. And he's been doing that last Hail Mary for the last 50, pardon me, sorry, last 15 years. And I think he's well under break for as long as he deems necessary.
exactly. And as grateful as he has said you know he is, and I believe even further in this interview and uh you know and other stuff. At the end of the day, even if your dream came true, it doesn't mean that you all of a sudden became a machine. Like he can't just do it nonstop. Like you said, finishing up a tour for Opus, and then by on Saturday, and then on Monday already being in the studio for the next album, that is crazy. Because us fans, we see that there's sometimes like a 2 to 3 year gap between albums, so we think, oh, most of the time or you know, I'm sure some fans are thinking, oh, most of the time he's just been hanging out, right? He's just been on vacation, extended, and then maybe just this last year they kind of threw it together really quick. But no, they take a long time, you know, to write, to do everything. So we might think he's had a long time in these past 15 years, but if you really like analyze it, it doesn't seem like he has.
Yeah, and as he said a lot of times before, especially after his kind of outing as being Papa, Ghost is a one-man band.
Yeah.
There is obviously the ghouls who are like hired help, but as you brought up before, they're not consistent. You might get different people here, different people there. The only consistent member, because he has to be, is Tobias as whichever Papa he is.
Yeah, and even like starting to realize that he does have these things like at some points has suffered with anxiety and things of that
Mm.
sort. You can see where, you know, on top of all of the other stuff of just literally like the hard work, it's also the pressure of, you know, the now that you do become this celebrity, it's also all that it completely is life changing. And to him, like we've seen at some points, he gets anxiety, doesn't really do meet and greets anymore, and that's okay. You know, it also I don't fault the fans for obviously when they get you know they've met him in the past. I don't want to say it's been anybody's fault. It's just that's the way things are. But we need to understand that we need to be okay if they say I need space. We just need to be like, all right, you know, and that's honestly for the best. If he
Yeah,
needs time off, it's for the best. Doesn't mean Ghost is over. You know, I don't think Ghost is gonna go anywhere. But if anything, it might mean that after this cycle with you know with Skeleta, he might take an extended vacation, and that's fine because it could mean he comes back, you know, rejuvenated, and we might get stuff better than ever in the future. When usually bands, uh, that many albums in, start getting worse. You know, they could just be continue to keep getting better, but they need the time.
yeah, and he needs the. I think just getting that energy back. I think right here, right now, especially, might have kind of done him in
Yeah.
from the sounds of it, because I mean, just as well with everything, it's as I keep saying, I couldn't imagine doing it. Like, I can barely handle a channel.
Right?
le-
We couldn't even
yeah,
get here on time today.
yeah. This is why the fight started.
We couldn't even be goals. We're not even punctual. Oh my god.
Exactly. I was sleeping in, and we were fighting, and like chairs were thrown. Full
Even though we're
WWE
on the other
style.
side of the world from each other.
Batista bobbing. I can't speak. Anyways, ignore that I can't speak. Pretend I'm cool.
You're about to say Batista bomb.
Batista bombing through my Wi-Fi connection.
Hey, at least I understand that WWE reference, man. I was like, wait a minute, did you say Batista? Wait a minute, everybody. Did you just say? But did you say WWE?
It's one of the 3 WWE references I can make.
Oh my god. Hey, at least I understood it. But
There we go.
the guy from the movies? Um
Drax the Destroyer.
yeah. Where's Rocket?
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, I got a shout out. GhostTube coming in with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much for supporting us on that level. Stopping
thank you
by to
very much.
say hello. Hello to you.
Hello.
That's another
Hello, GhostTube.
Ghost YouTube channel. So also please everybody check them out.
Community is growing.
Yeah. So everybody in the that I've met in the all the different ghost creators have been incredible. So yeah, go check out that channel as well, and they're doing good work over there. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, are you the one that kind of does the isolated tracks? I could be mistaken. Because I know there's one
Isn't
called About Ghost, and there's one that's Ghost Tube. So I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I know Stratosphere does isolated tracks as well.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
But let's see. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by and
Thank you very much. That was wonderful.
let's see. But yeah, and now let's see what else we got lined up here. We
I
have
see a nice little question by Metal John's Vlogs. How's Jerry and Ken been doing? How have you been doing?
pretty good, man. Just a lot of work. Normal putting in that 9 to 5 or
Oh, I get
6:30
that.
p.m. to 5 a.m.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then honestly, like this channel's really been what I do on my spare time. I haven't really been playing. I used to play a lot of video games, obviously, stuff like that, watch movies and shows. Honestly, hanging out with you guys or making content for this is it's been lately over the past month how I kind of spend my free time, man. So how about you?
Hmm. I'm good. I also got done with work. I'm chilling. I'm planning another video, a bigger one. Need to get a prop or two for that still coming through. That video that I was talking about releasing in the last
Mhm.
one, that I was like, I can't talk about it, was the April Fool's one.
Oh, okay. Now I do understand why you said I could. Yeah, it would
I
ruin
can't
the
talk
the
about it.
whole thing. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
man,
and
this guy's really trying to keep everything on. He's like, no, he's gonna take my idea. It's like, oh, hey.
yeah, you're not stealing this one from me.
Just trying,
No,
trying to be cool. Oh
I
man.
just wanted to trick everyone into seeing me and my best friend Aurora, me and her ranking how hot all the papas are, which a lot of people disagreed with us. And you know what? I'll fight you with fists.
He'll Batista bomb you.
Exactly. I get that reference. Stone Cold Stunner.
Oh my gosh. Let's not keep going. My god. The RKO.
Not to break kayfabe.
I think it was you that in one of our prior episodes you did say breaking kayfabe,
I
and I'm
did,
like,
yeah.
is this a pro wrestling guy? I don't know. And
Is this
then,
a pro
yep,
wrestling guy? Like I'm secretly a wrestler.
I know it's like,
I'm actually Undertaker somehow.
oh my god, oh Jesus. But we have here actually. Oh my god, that's my crazy little pup running around. We have here a complete breakdown of each song on the upcoming album. We'll kind of go through this obviously before we read the first review, which I didn't also know was in this Metal Hammer issue. So I had it for days and I didn't
Oh,
even realize that towards the end of the issue, because it wasn't advertised, like it wasn't, mentioned anywhere. I'm sure if I really read the fine print on the content section, it would have said
yeah.
like Skeleta review, but I didn't. And then I was just kind of flipping through just to finish off the issue, and then all of a sudden it gets to their review section, and the main one that they're reviewing is a 2-page spread on Skeleta, and I was like, what? I haven't heard
Whoa.
anybody mention the. So I don't know if also other
Mm.
people didn't see it, but we'll go through that. But
I've
before, yeah,
I'm getting the physical edition of this magazine with all the like patches and stuff, and I can't wait for that to come
I
through
know, like,
as soon as the purchase came up. Metal Hammer UK, like they're coming in clutch.
man, they really are. I haven't seen any other a lot of magazines back in the day, at least here in the States, like used to try to do that, especially video game ones. I
Mm.
remember they used to give you a demo disc of like different upcoming games. I'm like, man, that nobody does that anymore. They're like, just read it on IGN, okay? Um,
Mm.
so here we go. It says Tobias gives us his track by track breakdown of Ghost blockbuster new album Skeleta. Um, so I can read. I hope you can read this. I try to bring it
Oh, I
up
need
as
to get
big.
closer. I'm like an old man. I have
I'm
to
like 2 inches
adjust
away
my
from the
glasses.
screen. Yeah, if you guys put in a message right now, I cannot see it. All I'm looking at is Peacefield, the word. Um, so I can read the portion that it looks like the person who wrote this,
It says
and then
Tobias in a bold letter,
yeah,
so I'm pretty sure I'll be able to pick it up from there.
yeah. So then you can read the Tobias quote. So I'll start. It says Peacefield. So track one. Building from a moving children's choir intro into a his histrionic, okay,
Histrionic?
histrionic,
I guess so.
heart-bursting oh my god, they need to stop with these words in here. Metal Hammer, what are you doing? We're metalheads. What do you don't know these words?
We're
Heart-bursting
British.
shot of 80s rock and roll theater. It's the kind of epic album opener that now seems to be par for the course for Ghost.
Because the record is going to slalom into darker subjects, I want to set a tone of hope in the beginning. I want to add a hand to the listener. It'll all be fine, but we're gonna go sideways now and go on a little trip.
So there we go. Like the beginning is how we've kind of heard it before, where it's starting a little more bright, a little more hopeful, and then slowly it's just going to keep descending into more darkness and madness, and then we'll see if by the end it kind of almost looks like it's going to do a full circle. But let's
Hell
move on
yeah.
to the other track.
Lacrima.
Lacrima. So throwing us straight back into classic Ghost territory with the heavy marching riff. Lacrima reads like an aborted Nosferatu screenplay.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh, maybe I think that's where we get the vampire vibes, wrapped in Sabbathian doom metal and glorious AOR cheese.
It
Um,
open it opens with more of a riffage, and I guess now comes off as a somewhat typical Ghost mashup, where it's heavy on one end and met with a big bombastic chorus. That's a song about self-deceit. Ooh,
oh, all right, all right.
all
Let's
right,
see.
all right. This is Lacrima is already setting up to be my favorite one somehow.
That description though. Um,
Aborted
it reads like an
Nosferatu
aborted
screenplay.
Nosferatu screenplay. Ooh, all
I was
right.
thinking about Nosferatu today, as a matter of fact, heavily. That's my Roman Empire. I think about both movies quite frequently.
Oh my god. And then satanized that we've never
Yeah,
heard with such a
save me.
with such a merrily nefarious chorus that digs into your cranium with all the subtlety of a David Cronenberg horror. Yo, whoever describes this,
I like this.
I like it. Chillax.
I
It's
like the
no real
flowery language.
surprise that this was plucked as the album's first single and the world's introduction to Papa 5, Papa V. Who knows?
Papa V. I'll cover my own theory about that later on, trust me. Satanized is a song about love. Not being possessed by a demon, but the idea of coming off as being possessed by a demon because you're in love. So it felt like that was going to suit the record really well.
Oh my god.
And
copyright.
Yeah!
YouTube's like, oh, we heard 2 seconds of satanized, okay? All right. Guiding lights. Look at this troll line. Look at this first troll line. Get your phone lights out.
Oh.
Psych. The album's first big power ballad is dropped in early, and it's a corker. That the road that leads to nowhere is long hook is surely destined to be belted back at Papa in all arenas soon.
Guiding Lights is the more traditional hard rock ballad of the record. It's about the non-ability to be able to speak to someone you know is going in the wrong direction. You don't dare say it. If I say this, we will not even be friends anymore. Oh, damn, these are kind of...
Whoa, yeah. Because all you can try to be, in a way, like how I'm reading this, is maybe like a guiding light, but you can't force somebody. And then like that, honestly, I've been in that situation where you're like, you want to say it, but then you feel like, man, if I say this one honest thing, what if we're not friends anymore? You know what I mean? There's those situations that come up. So
that sounds like it would kind of perfectly marry well to Respite in the Spital Field.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be the shadow, you'll be the light. But what happens if the shadow isn't following the right guiding light and they're going down the wrong way?
Yeah, exactly. And then my favorite title, De Profundis Borealis, a dose of searing heavy metal urgency after that sidestep into schmaltz. This is another massive modern ghost earworm, but dig in a bit, and there is certainly some of the Opus eponymous era DNA still lurking. We won!
We win!
I'm done right there. That's it.
You've already found your favorite one.
Yeah,
Oscar Wilde wrote... Hell yeah. Oscar Wilde wrote a letter called De Profundis. That means from the abyss. Borealis means northern. So for all you black metal fans, it's one of those most immortal-esque titles because it means from the northern abyss. I'm northern. Yeah. Am I from the northern abyss? In it. Bottle of water.
Oh my god. Yeah, my son says that one to me all the time. Can you hand me that bottle of water? Hey, mister, can I have my ball back? Oh my lord. I said we can never say this around Kane, okay? This is just us right now.
That's why the fight started. I heard it.
Yeah, just act nice. He's coming. Act nice. Why are you pulling my ear? All right, Cenotaph. A galloping. Yeah, this is what happens when we're late. We're just a galloping burst of rock and roll drama. Cenotaph packs one of Skeleta's most profound emotional punches as it digs into the impact of the death of a loved one.
A cenotaph is a stone structure posing as a grave, but does not actually have a body inside it. I thought that served as a nice symbolism for the idea that someone dying isn't necessarily embodied by this buried physical entity inside a grave, but is a part of our consciousness. That's gonna make this song's gonna make me cry. This song's gonna make me cry.
Crazy. Wow. What do you? Let me look at the chat. I haven't even been looking at the chat.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry, everyone. That I've been neglecting you.
My Mothman said, "My culture is your custom, innit?"
My heart, it's easily wounded. Oh,
in it. Oh man.
Oi, bruv, it's bloody Tuesday, innit, you bloke. Thank you, Nora.
Let's see. Jesus.
I'm gonna start a war with the chat. This is how it starts.
It's alright. So this one, God, I'm like squinting here. Mycilia Amori. Look, there's a lot of deep stuff on Skeleta, but sometimes you just need a song that sounds like a classic Kiss and packs lyrics about shooting love rockets into your face. Whoa!
Oh yeah, a lot of hard rock in the 80s was basically songs that were stripped too. When love has started to appear as hate and disguises that as love. Hmm.
Hmm? What happened?
An interesting description
Let's
from
see.
like going. It sounds like classic Kiss to love has started to appear as hate and disguises that as love.
When love has started to appear as hate and disguises that as love, it can be extremely unpleasant.
And then matching that with shooting love rockets in your face, which this is either going to be the horniest Ghost song on par with Nocturnal Me, or it's going to have some profound reasoning. Also,
I
I'm
think
right
that
about
cowbell,
Nocturnal Me.
that cowbell is coming back.
Ding, ding,
Oh,
ding, ding.
let's see. Marks of the Evil One. Ooh, a chuggy 80s rock anthem with another humdinger of a chorus. This is, I swear, this is classic Ghost territory. Skyscraper hooks mashed up with devilishly evil lyrics. But who is the evil one here?
I think it's more interesting focusing on who the marks are. Lyrically, it's a very dumbified interpretation of biblical writing, sort of simplified as something cool.
All right. All right.
So the marks are people that can be interpreted.
Yeah.
Ah. Hmm.
Okay. They're being a little vague here. A little vague.
I
Let's
love
see.
it. Honestly, I love the vagueness simply
Yeah,
because, like,
because it is still, yeah,
it's not giving it away.
exactly. Umbra, which I think we're both kind of theorizing is going to be the next single we get.
If we
Let's.
get one, because it's 20
I
days so
what's
far,
yeah,
so
what's
I reckon
going on, man? What's
they're getting
happening?
silent. They're getting quiet again. They're getting quiet again. But the brains in my worms. The brains in my worms. The worms in my brains.
Oh my god! It's like we gotta do streams here. We gotta do We gotta do watch party or listening parties. All right, we got stuff to do. Um, in the shadow of the Nazarene, I put my love in you. Dang, I think we go from the other one being the horny one to this one.
This one's the horny one.
Oh, here we go. Oh God, Papa sounding horny with his lyrics again. We
Yes!
defy
Yeah!
we defy anyone to hear the cowbell smacking away
Yes!
on this one and not get a little hot under the collar though. Oh my lord.
It's happening. This song is made for me. The message is basically all you need is love. I felt there needed to be one coital song on the record because at the end of the day, that's one of the main driving forces that we all have.
Oh my god. So mine's De Profundis Borealis, and you're like
Ooh.
Umbra. Umbra.
If that's the next single we get and we listen to it sooner, we might have to cancel the SKELETALK because I'll be bumping that all week.
You better be able to put it down for an hour. Okay.
A singular
Those
hour, that's all you're getting
headphones
out of
off.
me.
Oh my god. Chronicle got a bit too excited. I know. We gotta spray. We got that. Where's that water bottle? Where's that spray bottle at?
No, no, no.
God, Jesus. Oh my god, I'm trying to get off. Like, Ghost stands for Grandpa's horny on stage time. Oh my lord.
I I love to see it.
Let's see. Excel. All right, let's get to the last one. Let's get to the last
I'm
one.
not reading the chat message I just saw, but that's crazy. That's
Oh my,
crazy.
you are.
said that.
Mothman just said it. He said your biblical name. He said Chronicle's the monk in the
Satanized.
satanized video right now. You see that ankle, boy? You bet stand
with,
down.
with the with the religious undertones, I might be.
God, I'm the one trying
When
to
I do
freaking exercise you.
when I do a face reveal, should I wear the monk robes?
Oh my lord. I should have known not to give in.
I should have known not to
Oh,
give in. Blasphemy, heresy.
yeah, that's why I'll be pointing and shouting at you. Excel with those crazy hats too, please. Excelsis, how on earth do you finish an album this bombastic? Why, with a big swaying waltzy ballad, of course. Sonically, Excelsis is a spiritual sister track to fellow Ghost album Ender's Life Eternal from Brickell and Respite on the Spital Fields from Impera.
The overall messaging, even though it's very death heavy, is simply that if you are listening to this, you are alive. And you should live life as effectively as possible because death is inevitable. I get that. I fuck with it.
Sometimes you're alive and that's enough.
Yeah.
You know?
Gotta love being alive.
And you can really tell now, really reading the breakdown of all the songs, and then previously to this, we kind of heard what his thoughts are. You can kind of see why this one became more of an introspective album because it really does everything kind of ties in to him being just in that focal point in his life where he's like, especially right there, like you're alive, whatever, like you just live life, it's enough. And he's got I think this is the most like self-aware album, or not, so I don't know if self-aware is the word, but like personal album that we've gotten from him. And it kind of shows with everything that we've kind of covered today. And obviously a little bit of coitus every now and then, I guess.
You know what? For once, no comment. I love how the kind of overarching theme of this too is like love is mentioned a lot, and I feel like that's a nice thing to have. Like right now, the world might be kind of crap, but we've got a love album from Ghost, kinda, and then Umbra happens.
Oh my god! Right before the end, you had to get that one in there. Like a love rocket to the face.
Hey, that's Massilia Amore.
Oh man! But now let's get to if you guys are all okay with it. Let's get to, obviously it's I don't know if you can spoiler free. I mean, they've already said what these songs are about, so I don't really. It's not a movie, so as long as we're not listening to clips. I think it'll still sonically be new to us when we hear it. But let's see what it got for its review. I won't reveal the score until we finish reading the review, and then we'll review or reveal. Oh my god, reveal what they gave it. Wow.
I'm seeing a lot of chat messages right now.
Oh my god,
Chat,
you guys need to chill.
I appreciate each and every one of you, but Umbra's not playing right now. We've got to tone it down.
Got to tone it down. We already got in trouble last time with ceremony and whatever the heck it was.
Ceremony, devotion, and censored. Tells us hog on screen.
A little too devoted to the cause. So let's rein it in.
Jam.
Or I'm gonna need to spray every single one of you with the water bottle.
He keeps doing it to me, and it's not really fair.
Oh my god.
I'm in it for the love of the game.
Oh man. All right. We'll focus.
Chronicle's dad will come scold us if we don't calm down, guys. He actually might.
Oh my god. Spray me. Okay. Wait, all right.
Spray me.
Make us drop this metal hammer. All right. Let's read this review. Let's read this review, guys. Tobias Forge's I swear, what is up with these words?
Ecclesiastical.
Oh, that does not sound good.
That does not have a nice mouthfeel. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's too many like.
Yeah, like a freaking alien language. Okay, so his adventurers enter rarefied new realms. Okay, let's just start reading. Jesus, these writers. In January 2022, 2 months before Impera had even reached the world's ears, Ghost founder and frontman Tobias Forge confided to Metal Hammer that he had already had its successor mapped out. Though demurring on details, that path has now become clear. Skeleta is ghosts at their most confident, flamboyant, and defiant. If Impera was the band's ascension into the stratosphere, their latest collection finds them looking down from above, unconcerned with whether the world can keep up. Peacefield's Baroque choral incantations give way to shimmering synths and a creeping sense of grandeur. It sets the tone for an album that leans harder into the polished late 70s AOR influences that have lurked at Ghost's edges since their inception. You want to read what they said about Lacrima?
Lacrima flaunts an anthemic Def Leppard-sized chorus that shimmers with layered harmonies. Then comes Satanized, a devotional masquerade with a language of love and worship entwined, leaving the listener to wonder whether they've eavesdropped on a lover's vow or a disciple's prayer.
Ooh,
Should I cover Guiding Lights too?
I got that one.
Fair enough.
We'll do like two at a time or something like that.
Yeah.
Guiding Lights drifts in on a bed of acoustic plucking. Ooh. And mournful atmospherics. Its restrained grandeur allowing the melody to shine while showcasing Ghost's ability to weave melancholy into something soaring and cinematic. Elsewhere, Cenotaph delivers a bouncing, infectious energy. Its playful riffs and galloping rhythm bring a moment of lightness before the album plunges back into its darker, more contemplative depths.
While the
Uh,
metal community have emerged as the band's loudest fan base, Ghost have never been a metal band, at least not sonically. The heaviness has always been implied rather than explicit, draped in the aesthetics of the dark and the occult rather than the sonic onslaught of their contemporaries. Their latest campaign makes no effort to bridge that gap. Unlike past Ghost records, where accessibility and catchiness acted as welcome mats for new fans, Skeletar is not calibrated to expand the fan base. There are no immediate standouts, no easy entries. That
huh.
said, the album lacks nothing in. Do you want me to cover this first one because that was a whole paragraph and you
Yeah,
cover.
yeah, that
Nice.
works.
That said, the album lacks nothing in terms of riffs. Marks of the Evil One delivers them in taut, measured waves, riding a gooey bass line that's driving and undeniable. Now to
Umbra
Umbra.
follows. Oh, uh,
No, it's for you. It's you.
okay. Umbra follows. Oh my god, I got yours. No, with a fist pumping chorus and a labyrinthian. Oh my god,
Labyrinthine.
labyrinthine keyboards that recall Deep Purple at their proggiest, before leading into the somber balladry of closer Excelsis. Tobias has long meditated on mortality, but here his thesis finds its most elegant form. Everybody goes away, you will too, I will too. Dang. Um, Cynics might accuse him of pandering, but this is Ghost at their most unflinching and, dare it be said, sweetest.
It would be
What?
easy to dismiss Skeletar as indulgent, immersed in its own brooding sophistication. There is no rats or square hammer here, no immediate anthem for the faithful. Perhaps that's the point. This was never designed to be easy. This is an album that demands patience, revealing its seductive charms over multiple listens. And no, that's not a cop out. It's a testament to its depth. This is Ghost freed from expectation. Tobias Forge has left nothing to prove, and so he does precisely what he wants.
The faithful will undoubtedly follow, the rest will be left scratching their heads, unsure whether they missed the point or if Ghost has finally moved beyond their reach. What do
For
you
fans of Queen,
guys?
the Night Flight Orchestra, Andrew Lloyd Webber.
The end of the little ad. Could cause death. Wait, what? Uh, Lunesta. It's to help you go to sleep. But if you if you listen to the side effects, one of the side effects could be death. I'm never gonna wake up again.
In for the
What?
long sleep. That's
Toss
what the
the
album's
coin.
about.
It's like how much do you want to go to sleep? You can it could be the last time you can fall asleep. Oh Jesus. Yeah, Lunesta, look into it, guys. Side effects. One of the side effects could be death. But anyways, what do you guys think this reviewer is going to give the album? And Chronicle, because I already know the answer, but Chronicle, what do
I
you
don't know
think
the
out of
answer.
10? So from 1 to 10, guys, put your before I reveal it, because it's the blue mark right here. I'm hiding the score.
Oh,
What do you
wild.
guys? You're like
So
editing.
I thought it was just a breakup between the actual things. Oh Christ. He's been very flowery with his language. He hasn't really said anything bad about any of the songs, and he even calls like when it could be cynical that it's sweet. I think like a 9.
Okay, a 9. Let me read
Yeah.
a few from the chat that are not completely Mothman. Settle down. 100 out of 10. Okay, we got a Ghost Tube, a little 8 out of 10. Okay, what? Gussie,
4
you
out of 10.
4. He's like, no, that sounded like a 4 out of 10.
They are
And then
glazing ghost in this album.
and then
It's got to be
Bar,
more than 4.
and then Crowbar. Is that you,
Oh,
Crowbar? That's Crowbar, right?
crowbar, it must be. That's a
Let
crow and
us
that's a bar.
let let us know if that's Crowbar, because if it is, that is awesome. He sent
Yep,
a
he said yep.
drum cover of our intro to our Skeleta. So I'll try to load it up so that maybe it can be the outro as we kind of get out of here later on. But
It
yeah,
was
let us know.
wonderful, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome. But he says obviously 666 out of 10.
The
10,
number
8,
of the beast.
and we got a 7, 9.5. All right, so here is what the score is. Let me bring it up.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah, Crowbar,
Thank
drum
you.
roll, please. Let's see here. Oh my God, where's the slide? Here it is.
And we'll never know. That's the end of SKELETALK, everybody.
Find out April 25th when you review it for yourself, suckers. Here it is. 8 out of 10. That's not bad at all. I'll take it. I'll take that 8.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I said 9, so I
You were
was
close.
pretty close.
You were close. Let's see.
Here's the thing:
Guessed?
I can't disagree or agree with it because the album's not out. I mean, Satanized a 10 out of 10, so I disagree with him there.
Yeah, I disagree where he said that there's no real standouts. I mean, we haven't heard the rest of it, but to me, already Satanized is a great standout song to me.
Oh yeah.
Like to me, I already have it up there as the other singles before other albums came out, like Rats, and I don't know if Square Hammer didn't come out with Meliora. It came out as part of the EP,
Popstar, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it came out on Popstar, which is so weird considering that song is such a standout.
It really is. Like I always think about it like it did come out with the album, but then I have to really remember and be like, oh no, that was later. Because usually for the EPs, I don't think they do much original. I'm pretty sure they usually are always just covers. So,
well, that happened more later on, I believe. I believe in the like Primo to Terzo era, they did have an original song here or there.
Okay. But yeah,
I could be lying out my ass right now. I don't know. It's true. It could be.
So maybe for us, you could be right, and it could be more like a 9 out of 10 for us when we listen to it, because apparently he didn't really think too fondly of Satanized if he didn't put it up at the level of, Rats or Square Hammer. But to me, I mean, I've been still listening to it nonstop, so it's at least worked for me.
Save me. Such an earworm. God, I'm so excited for this album. Not to break any professionalism. First off, I'm tired, so fuck you. I'm so excited for this album. I'm so unbelievably excited for this album. I need it right now. I
right here,
need it
right now. It needs to
get here, and it's in 20 days. That's so
we're really close, man. We're really close.
The tour comes out Tour comes out. Tour starts in 10 days, which is crazy.
Oh yeah, so I keep
10
forgetting
days.
that you're actually gonna see them before you even
First,
hear the rest of the album.
yeah, which is gonna be
That's
wild.
insane.
Um, during the Rats on the Road tour, before Prequel came out, they played songs from Prequel,
Yeah.
Prequel, obviously before it came out. They might do that here. So they might start playing like Guiding Lights or Peacefield or Lacrima or Umbra, and I won't know, like until it happens.
Yeah, that is kind of. I have to assume that they are gonna play at least one or two more songs from the album.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
obviously not too many because obviously the set list always incorporates songs from all the albums for the most part. But
Mm.
yeah, I'm sure you're gonna get to listen to at least one or two more before we do. So you might even come in with another kind of inside scoop when we do that Skeletalk like after you go to the tour date. So
Oh
huh.
yeah. I mean, I plan on making my own video as well, so there'll be that on
Yeah,
my thing. Not to plug my own channel. Sorry, Astoria. Um,
it's all good.
but yeah, I'll definitely talk about it on Skeletalk, and then around about that same time that the Skeletalk will happen, we'll get the official full, although I know you've already read it, second issue of Sister Imperator, which will be very fun to read through, and also be like, this happened during the Skeletor, and I promise I'm not lying. I could be.
And yeah, honestly, like you bring up the comic again, and now
Mm-hmm.
with the chapter 20 release, and it's tying heavily
Into
into
that
stuff
comic.
from the comic where I'm like,
Mm.
wow, like they keep surprising me. Comic itself surprised me of the tone that it's taking and what we're covering. And then chapter 20 comes out and we think, okay, maybe the comic's just a little niche thing where, they're just gonna and it doesn't make it where like you need to know the events of the comic, but with
But it
us,
helps.
we're like Leo DiCaprio pointing at the screen and
I know
Once
that.
Upon a Time
I
in
know
Hollywood.
that.
Yeah, yeah, I know that reference. I know Marika, I know her. Um that's how I was. As soon as she said, I'm Marika Salter, I was like, Marika? In my head, I was like, this one right here.
Yeah.
I wasn't holding her like that. I'm just saying, like, oh my god, I could have picked
Calm down,
the
Historia. Calm
here
down.
we go. Oh, they're always on each other. Okay. But yeah, so like I
She
thought
looks
of
like Betty Boop in that Sister Imperator. I mean, she looks like Betty Boop in that bottom left one. I don't know why. I think it's the big forehead and massive eyes.
with Neil in the background there. Oh, that's awesome. But it did confirm even things from just like right here at the beginning. Even from the preview pages, I was like, man, they confirmed because we're like, he's never named. We just assumed he was Nil, but she confirms she's the aunt of Copia and V or Papa Five, whatever you want
Mm.
to call him. So obviously, it's pretty much confirms that we're right. She's the sister to Nil. Um, how the other brothers play into anything going forward, the children, who knows? Like this scene right here,
We
this is
covered this
yeah,
extensively at the end in the last Skeletor.
yeah. So it's just
Yeah.
like it was just crazy to see that it really tied into it right away. Where I was like, wow, certain things she was bringing up, it was like, dang, they're hitting you right with it right away. Awesome.
Got a flash of us for like half a second.
It's like us. It's like Segundo with no face paint and no hat. It's
Feels like could
that
you imagine?
that's what it seems
Could
like.
you,
Anytime I flash it, I'm like, oh my god, put that away. No.
could you imagine if one time you do that and I have like my camera on or something? It's just like accidental face reveal docs.
What? Oh yes.
It'll be fun. Um, I do want to say, by the way, I didn't pick them out first, unfortunately, but they did ask for a second time. Kevin96 asked if we plan to do a deep dive video on Right Here, Right Now, trying to catch the Easter eggs, especially with the one of Perpetua's robe. I do know about that Easter egg. Like, I think like retroactively trying to find more Easter eggs that could tie into like the comic or the new chapter or the new Papa in general, which would be a very interesting idea. But I feel
Yeah.
like with a deep dive video on Right Here, Right Now, that is more of a video than a Skeletalk, simply because of copyright. We
Yeah,
could
I mean,
try
if
one day,
anything,
maybe.
what we have to do is screenshots. Screenshots are completely
Yes.
okay, so we can bring up images. Yeah, especially music videos. They really don't like you playing music videos. On one of my, I think the most recent video, I literally took like 10 seconds. You know, that's 10 seconds where they reveal Papa 5 at the end of the satanized video.
Yeah.
I took that. I didn't even play the sound. I put the staticky filter over it,
Wow.
and they still got me on like a few seconds. All the other footage of the
Mhm.
Papas on stage was fine. That's why I normally don't use videos, and mine are like I call them glorified PowerPoint presentations because
Mm.
that happens, and I'm like, really? uh, but yeah, so we'll have to do screenshots if it comes to like the right here, right now for sure.
Mm. But it'd be fun, a potential thing. Like rewatching through it and like picking things up, maybe looking at all the VHSs in the background. The Perpetua robe material, which is a confirmed Easter egg. You can see his robes just out and about. Yeah, his material, the same one that's like the black material with all like the patterning on it. It's just there. It's on like the back of a chair, I'm pretty sure. It was right there in front of us.
But let's see here. Well, we can do your idea of going through episode or chapter 20. Oh, because they call it episode 20. I
Did
didn't
they?
even notice that. Yeah, I'm looking at
Oh.
I was like, wow, I thought they were always called because they even the video's titled chapter, but the actual card on the video itself when it opens it says episode 20. I'm like, huh, never realized they called them episodes in the videos. But yeah, we can watch it, kind of go through it, and see if we kind of compare notes because I don't think we've talked about it overly much to each other, so should still be
Yeah.
pretty. Our thoughts should still be pretty fresh to each other. So let me start loading it up here. You kind of be the human elevator music, aka entertain the chat.
Should I do that like really bad DJ thing that they do like who likes to pie?
Oh my lord. Okay, I got it. Let's save everybody from this. Oh my lord.
I
Let's see.
listen. I am everyone's favorite jester. I say things and immediately forget them. I will ask so far, how is everyone enjoying Skeletalk? You know what? Never mind. It's already been brought up. So, well,
Better luck next time. Oh my god. All right, let's see here. Let me full screen it. Let me know if that seems a little better.
I did just see someone in chat say boo AI, Nora AI, Nora saying boo AI. I agree. Thumbs up. Boo AI. Yeah, AI thumbs down.
Where did that even come into play?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening in chat, but I did see it, and you know what? I agree.
You're like random statement, boo AI. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Gen AI thumbs down. I love
But
supporting artists. One of my best friends is an artist.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm tired. I'm just fucking yapping.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. We
Like
couldn't
we said,
account
we
for the
never
time zones.
realized time had changed, so it's even an hour later for Chronicle than than it should be. That's what I'm saying. How about talking with AI? What? No. What is
Do you
happening
mean
here?
like talking with it? Why is AI becoming
I don't like. What is?
that?
Did
This is
somebody just
crazy.
watch the like freaking Megan or
I
the companion? What's happening?
do we have to put like a general? Is this a Skeletalk official stance on Gen AI? Do we have to make this statement now? I mean, if you want my personal statement, generative AI is something that takes away from artists and also destroys the planet from how much power it uses. You can always commission a real artist or just learn how to draw. We've got a good life to live. We can learn to do things like art. So you don't need to utilize a world-destroying technology.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like other things like tools to help like movie industry and stuff. Like if you use it as a tool, there's a difference than using
there's a
it
difference
using it to
between
completely create your art.
that's the difference between AI and Gen AI. Like
Yeah.
AI to find cancers in cells is a completely separate thing to AI that extrapolates actual artists' work and then just makes this gloppy shit out of it. Ugh.
Huh. I mean,
It's
are
a
you
whole deal.
teaching me the difference between
Yeah, there
the
is
different terms?
I might not seem it by like talking about it and learning about it because it's a big thing that's happening. It affects some of my friends. It affects me and things I want to do for a career. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to get that out there because I saw it coming up and I pulled out my soapbox.
There
I
you
got
go.
way taller. I got to 3'7".
Well, there we go. There's a Chronicle stance on it.
I'm wrapped up in a blanket right now, man. I'm tired as fuck. I'm loopy with it.
You sure you're still good?
Yeah, man, I'm fucking great. I'm
Okay.
having a great time.
All right, let's see. Let me know if you guys hear this. I'll lower the volume in case to like blast it, but let me know if you hear it and then I'll just restart it.
Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome
Hi.
to the Clerke.
Thank you.
Come inside.
Could you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it. Can
Okay.
chat hear it? Sounds good to me. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So we'll play it through once, and then we could always go back to little moments to point something out. But let's kind of watch it through once completely, and then we'll go back.
Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome
Hi.
to the Clerke.
Thank you.
Come inside.
thanks.
Come inside. Here is your brooch.
Oh, put on.
Yes, please. Wonderful. My name is Marika Psaltarian.
Judith, if you like, Miss.
My husband, Mr. Psaltarian, he works with the Clerke. He's out of the town right now. Things around here looks very strict and rigid. We have rules and restrictions. But in the end of the day, we're an entertainment business. We come from the old circus world and we bend rules. But, with the age and growing stiff, we become Luddites sometimes.
Luddites? I don't know what that means.
Luddites is someone who, against the technology and progress, it's why you're here. You know our secret mission. The clandestine operation. The socialist media stunt.
Do you mean social media?
Yes, that's what I said. It's a big hush around here. You need to sip. You will be commanded by me and reported back to me. But, you arrive in a very interesting time. We have a lot of works to do, and with a new album coming out and all those tour dates coming up, we need to start immediately.
Cool. Besides not mentioning social media, is there anything I should avoid mentioning or doing?
Yes. You need to avoid wearing a V-neck. I will introduce you to him in a second,
Fucking V.
but just quickly bring up to speed. He's Frata Imperator, and he is technically the boss here.
I'm doing this. I'm gonna watch that hyped up shit.
Very long story short is that he was a singer for a few years, but was then promoted to the head of the ministry when his mother passed away recently. It's a very important job, but he feels like he has been demoted, which is not true, but that is how he feels. On top of that, he hasn't gotten his office yet, since it's currently being built and decorated for him. So he's just seated on that makeshift office whilst his own gaff is being prepared.
Look at this buffoon. I don't know what to say.
To make matters worse, his successor is his fraternal twin that he didn't even know about before the switch.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure he's going to be fine as the time goes by and he matures into the role a bit. It's all about sense of purpose, and sometimes it takes a while. All good. And just so you know, Frata, Carty. I always called him Carty. See, I'm actually his aunt, but he grew up with my husband and I, basically being his parents. He'll always be my little boy.
That's the new guy?
It's a complicated story.
Who the fuck is that?
That's
It
cool.
will make sense after a while.
It's all hype. It's over. It's
Thanks.
finally over.
Frata! Hello.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
I am Frater
Judith.
Judith. Nice to meet you, Judith. You can call me F. No, C. So P. No, Frater Imperator. This is not my office. I'm waiting for a bigger one. My real room.
Good news. You know, like face swap features is all set.
The face swap feature?
Darling, you know.
The shit video I just saw?
Yeah.
That bit. Good news.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all good. All good. You know, I'm the boss around here. And if you have any
He's the
questions, you
boss.
can ask me anything.
He's the boss here. Yeah.
Yes.
You can ask me,
Ask her. You can ask me something, but you should ask her. She knows more than I do.
and he's the boss.
But I am the boss. So there you go. Can you paint, by the way?
Yeah, I can draw.
Good. Resourceful. Like that.
Yes.
Well, go off and do good stuff and work.
Yeah.
Welcome
Very
to the
good.
clergy. Welcome to the ministry.
So we
Let's
go.
have fun.
Let's go.
Good stuff.
Oh, Copia. He's
Oh my god,
so
dude, I have
pissed.
tears in my eyes. This is my favorite chapter by far. This is hilarious.
That
It's so
type of shit.
awkward.
He's a bit of an awkward guy in general, but I do love Copia dearly.
Oh my! I love this lady too that's playing Marika. Oh my god, dude, she's cracking me up.
I love her.
Oh, oh man,
Socialist media stunt.
yeah, that's what I said. Oh my god, holy moly! Chat, what do you guys think? Oh
It looks
man,
like people are big fans of this chapter as well.
this is, oh my god, this is amazing. I love this one. But let's see. Would have been funny if Cardi had the video paused on the priest in the music video played by Tobias and Cardi go, "That's the new guy? What the fuck?"
That's the new guy.
Oh god. But you fucking V.
Fucking V. Time to watch that hyped up shit.
Oh,
Look, this buffoon.
it's finally over.
That
Oh,
first, I'm gonna be real. When he was that first, like, it's over. He sounds so sad. He sounds so sad.
oh man.
It's over.
Let's see. Welcome to the clergy.
Clergy.
So yeah, the first thing I notice is with the brooch. Gives her the brooch, but if you notice, she like puts it on like upside down. Yet when they transition to the other room, then it's flipped. Well, actually, it's right side up because you know their sign, their thing is kind of like
The
a
signs.
upside down cross. Yeah, so that was
Hmm.
already indicating to me, you know, that it's trying to tell us that she's kind of like as a secret
Judith
agent
is
for the church.
Judas.
Yep. Little Cardi stuffies right here. Oh,
I have the one where he's Papa. I crucified him.
what?
I taped him up on my wall with his arms splayed out, and I dug a bunch of like videos of him, and I synced them up to the crucified cover.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nobody asks Chronicle what he does on his spare with his spare time anymore. Jesus.
I have too much spare time.
Oh Jesus.
But I do enjoy this chapter very much. I do love that we're also getting more of Copia as a character, in that like we're seeing his like kind of way of venting and dealing with anger, which is like he's in his own room, which isn't even a real like office. He's V, fucking V. He's like
Can't even
talking
wear a
to
V,
himself, screaming into his fist.
Oh my god. We did see, and somebody did point it out when we were watching it. There's like a room. Maybe it's the office that they are getting ready for him. But there's that one.
I need to quickly say sorry. I just saw something in chat. You need to calm down.
Who?
If you look over, you can see. We need to take a break. We actually do like this is serious. That's a bit far.
All right, who you referring to?
Hold on. Private chat, because I don't want to like just single anyone out saying, but it's a bit much. We can chill out.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
We need to take a serious break. Like it's all fun and games here, but like we need to chill out.
Yeah, we're not trying to let this go or like spiral out of control here.
Yeah.
Let's keep it more like you said, above the belt.
Yeah, above the belt.
If not, we don't want to have to start like, having to get people out of here. We don't want to do that.
No, but if it becomes too much of a shit show,
we will have to.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But yeah, just let me know because I'm always like on another screen. So
I just looked over and saw it, and I was like, "Oh man, that's fucking gross." We're back to the silly stuff, and no more seriousness. I'll stop. I do love this chapter quite a bit, especially because like it's the first chapter in so long that's not featured in that corridor. You know, we've gotten like the end of the movie. We've got 2 chapters in a row set in the corridor, and I don't even think Kopi has really met V yet, because he doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, it doesn't give the impression that I think he's just already so salty about the fact that whoever this V is, and then just add more fuel to the fire that he finds out it's his fraternal twin. But yeah, I don't know, because then that would mean that V never opened the door, because Copio was standing there. Last we saw, he's still standing there, and now we see them in different environments. So,
But we also saw the last thing that Copia did was introduce the music video, and there he's finally watching the hyped up shit, the shit that he had to hype up. So I don't think that him and V have met yet.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think
they.
yeah. Okay.
Which I think is interesting because then it just shows that Copia doesn't dislike V, he just dislikes that V has the Papa role, and
Yeah.
Copia is envious of that, despite him being in technically a higher position of power. In the
Yeah, I'm the
game.
boss, but you know, still ask her questions. But you know, I'm technically
I'm the boss.
yeah,
You
but I'm the
paint.
resourceful. It's so great, man. But are they in the same location? I have a
No, this is a
I
different
was about
location.
to say I think it's a completely. I don't think it's the mausoleum anymore. So
I think Ghost stopped filming at the mausoleum because the mausoleum they got inundated with Ghost fans that would come in.
okay.
And I think there was the redecorating in lore that goes back to the Phantomime game where they mentioned the refurbishments. Then they're doing it here.
Oh yeah, you connected that. Yeah, you're right. And so yeah, that could either be the office or just some other refurbishment that's going on at the time. I'm sure a lot of the set dressing does tell a story, like these
like Taylor Swift being back there.
Yeah, I don't know why. I saw somebody's like, "Is this Taylor Swift?" Oh my god, come on. I mean, honestly, it probably looks like a younger Marika. If you compare it with like the comic counterpart, which is almost like a little bit of a redhead or something. Obviously, hair color has changed now, but I don't know if that's what it's supposed to represent. And then there's like a gentleman there as well. I just don't get a good. I don't know if that's. Who knows? Maybe they're literally paintings that are just with this setting that they're shooting at and have nothing to do with the story. So I guess we won't know.
It's we won't know until we get future ones. God, I need more chapters like
right
this.
there.
Oh, Copia is gonna kill whoever left.
It's right in front of his doll. I didn't even catch that before. There it is, right there.
Who put this hyped up shit here?
That's
I've had it up to here.
But yeah, here we see he has the brooch, kind of like a normal cross, and when they transition to this room, then it's now
it's normal.
Normal how it's supposed to be for their brooch. Yet she has the very prominent crucifix earrings that they really highlight, especially when she sits down. And every chance they get, even right here, it's always giving you that side profile with the hair pulled back, so you can really see the earrings there.
Potentially a Judas to either V or Copia.
Huh. So if one is to go, what do you think, Copia or V?
Honestly, the most obvious one is Copia. However, there is also the potential, because bear in mind, they might have not even met yet, that it's neither of them. Especially with the fact that this is going to kind of be the end of the law soon. He didn't say when, he just said soon. He didn't say it was happening post-haste. I think ending it on killing a beloved character again, and then just having this one guy that you never see unless he's on stage, is kind of a downer ending. Whereas and I think Copia, his arc is going to be really reconciling with the fact that just because he's in a different lot in life doesn't make that lot, or him by an extension, any less valuable. Because Tobias did mention that in the character review, the same one where he said the nil siblings thing. He was talking about Frater Imperator and was he demoted? Was he promoted? That's a thing that he might have to deal with. So I think that'll be his arc that might end in him being fine and happy as Frater, while Perpetua is Papa perpetually.
Yeah. Basically him fearing or us, the audience, fearing that something is going to happen to Copia once again, just like we were throughout right here, right now. And he turned out fine. Got a promotion.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you. Like this could be, if this is what it's starting to tee up, the eventual end of the lore, for say, or at least like for them to dive into it this much. I guess it could be the infiltration of the church, and then somehow it leads to, maybe the dismantlement of the clergy, or who knows what could happen. Like you said, maybe her presence doesn't have to end with somebody's death, but maybe just something actually happens to the organization itself that she's infiltrating. So I'm really interested now all of a sudden on this secret agent little new plot line that they kind of entered here. Aside from the whole brother story. Sorry.
There's also a twist. Because who is she the secret agent for? And is she the Judas to Copia and V, or to them?
Yeah, it could be a double
disciple until later on.
Oh, I guess I didn't look at it that way. Like it could be a flip where, I mean, I would right now put money on supposed to maybe represent the Catholic Church or just a Christian type of church in general.
Oh, I think it might have something to do with the frock.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while since we've seen him.
You still think he's going to come back to the picture?
Man, I made a whole video just covering his lore. I hope to God. Otherwise, it's all for naught. Yeah. Plus, he's very vocally against Ghost, in lore, of course. With like the video you could find where he's advertising the movie, where he like knows of Ghost's existence. He's like, the band Ghost is releasing a new movie in cinemas. That kind of act. Why would a Christian act as a Judas though? Because this in the Bible, Ghost. Well, Ghost doesn't exist in the Bible. Sorry. Obviously, Christianity and Jesus are the main front and center, so they're the quote unquote good guys. Yeah. But here it's the flip side. In Ghost, Christianity is kind of not the bad guy, but they're like the opposing force to the clergy, the spreading the word of Satanism and all that in the name of Satan, as Copia would say frequently, in his cardinal days. Matter of perspective.
Let's see here. Somebody had sent me a list. They were able to kind of zoom in here and get a list of some of these books. I just see if I can track it down real quick. And somebody's also saying check the big folder or binder, the red one that's
on the desk,
Copia's desk, and then you also see, I believe, the same one is seen throughout. I believe some of the desks here in this room as well. It might be the same prop, unless I'm mistaken. Let's see. Do you know what that one says? Because I actually haven't looked at it myself. Let's see.
I've got no idea on any of this. Being completely honest, so far I've watched this, pardon me, on an incredibly surface level. I've not done any deep dives so far.
Okay. Oh, somebody did point out in the chat that it's also missing the number 1 keyboard, or the number 1 key, and then
the escape key.
Yeah.
If you go back, does one of the keys pop out the same time he does the V? Because it looks like 2 go flying off.
Let's see. Frame by frame.
Frame by frame.
No, it looks like they were already off. So for some reason, he had already taken out the escape key, the number 1, and then it became the V. Huh. There has to be some significance to that. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. What about you guys in the chat? Escape and number 1. Do those keys do something that I'm not realizing off the top of my head?
I don't know so far. Yeah, again, this might be something, and Ghost could do this a lot. They did it right here, right now, with Perpetua's robes being in the background.
Escape the ministry.
They're making another game.
Oh, I like this one right here. Nomad. No one, number 1. No one escapes.
Escapes.
Okay.
Maybe.
Like how you're thinking.
I.
Nomad, that's so
good. Yeah. I.
Oh, no
do
one
think this
escapes
is-
B.
No one escapes B. Yeah.
Oh,
I do think we'll eventually get something. I think looking back, this is one of those things we're going to look back and be like, that was so fucking obvious. How did we miss that? How do we not know what it means? Like, hindsight.
Yeah. Let me they keep saying the red folder on his desk, so let me try to get to that. But see you later. She's saying I'm gonna go, guys. But thanks for stopping by.
Yeah,
and
thank you
we'll
very
see
much.
you next time. Thank you for
See you
stopping by.
later.
Let's see. Let me see if I can find what they're talking about. Boom, boom, boom. So I'll keep going. Was that the red folder right there? There has to be. I think there's another shot. I think when he's actually watching the video, there's a good shot of it, I believe. So let's see. He's technically the boss here, but
I did just see. So, Ligia or Ligia, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. So, if you press escape and then the number 1 key, it cancels an operation. Maybe they took them away from Cardi so we can't.
he
That would
couldn't
be a
escape the
brutal
video.
move.
Oh man. Let's see. Okay, red folder is here. This is the one you
It
guys are
says
talking
Ghost.
about.
It's Ghost, and is that the new logo, the new version?
Oh yeah, yeah. Looks like it. Okay. Let's see. And I honestly
sticker
can't
on the
really
red
make out what the
folder.
green one.
Yeah, that looks like.
See, I believe that green one is the same one that was just on his desk, like the same prop.
Oh yeah, just reusing it, which makes sense.
What does it say? Let's see. Oh, just a bunch of letters that I don't know. I'm sure it maybe SOB, maybe that's son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
I don't know. Okay.
I feel like a lot of this is just like silently watching, being like, is there anything that we can pass here? Anything we can pick apart?
I think the main things we already kind of did with the significance of Marika and who she is in the past, and what we're still yet to learn. We have 3 more issues to go, including the rest of number 2. So, yeah, it's gonna be kind of cool once the issues are all done. Rewatching some of these and whatever potential chapters come out from here to just random shot of
The
just
desks. This is
focusing.
where we do our videos. This is on me and
Also, I'm just like,
Historian.
this is so many moments are so awkward. It's just like, let's just focus on and have the camera swaying while she just tries to pick up this paper or whatever it is she dropped. Oh man.
GhostTube asks, "What's up with the black baby carriage?" I don't know. there's a potential that it's one of the kids. By kids, I mean Copia and V. Or there's another kid running around somewhere, which I don't know what that means for the lore. And quite frankly, there's so many secret children in this show. In the lore.
So it's a soap opera now for sure. I have to use this image and just put like SKELETALK is on his screen.
Look at these buffoons.
Yeah, I have to do that. That's it. I'm gonna use this image, and he's got the same ghost logo sticker there. That was on the red one, and the new crucifix is also on the screen as well.
Yeah, again, it looks like he doesn't. He likes the aesthetic of the new things because he's got it stuck on his computer. He just doesn't like V. So like the music isn't the problem. It's just that he doesn't like V. But if he hasn't met V, it's just because he doesn't like that V is Papa. Because he's
it's not a personal
just
issue
missing the role. Yeah. Him and his brother need to hug it out, I think. These 55
I still need to see that
men.
first interaction. That's just it's gonna be hilarious.
Papa?
Feather? He's gonna be so salty about it. It's finally over.
It's finally over.
I love when right here is comedic timing, dude. Just like just tripping over everything. Like, man, to see him in a comedy movie would be like amazing, man. He's hilarious. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, man. I don't think there
isn't really that much to dig into yet.
Yeah.
I
mean, she did mention the circus, so obviously that, we are currently at the circus where we left issue 2. We've yet to see what becomes of the circus or what happens to it. So that's where we're currently at in the issue 2. But yeah, I think that's it, man. That's it for that.
Yeah, so far.
All right.
Oh, goodness. I see a lot of people pointing out that he has a V, like he's wearing a V constantly in his kind of necklace lapel things.
Yeah.
I think that's just how it hangs, but also that's really funny. He's perpetually got a reminder that V is around because it's tangled to him constantly.
And they share the same one. I believe V has the same, except where his are like ruby, the other ones are purple. So the same, in real life, the same. I mean, even in the fictional lore, I'm sure the same person made it. So they have kind of some things that match or are kind of twins of each other. So it's at least wardrobe wise, that's the only thing I noticed so far right there.
I feel like in the future, though, there's going to be more things we can pick apart. But yeah, again, now it's just it's a game of hurry up and wait. We've got to see what Tobias brings forth in these new Papas. Well, new Papa and Copia, and how they could mirror each other in some ways.
We got the album right around the corner. Yeah, man, and then the comics are continuing. We still have the comics all the way till June. So, we're still covered with some type of lore all the way till June. Hopefully some more chapters along the way. But yeah, I mean, I think this was some pretty good stuff we covered today.
Yeah.
Sucks hearing about him and how he's feeling, how he's pretty much the burnout and all that stuff. But hey, it's still gonna be a fun time. He's like you said, he has 18 months of touring ahead of him. We can let him rest and be happy for him once it's over. And I'm sure they'll come. It's not going to be too long of a wait. He seems like somebody who, after a little bit of a break, he'll be itching to get back, and I'm sure we'll get another EP before another full studio album, of course.
Yeah, I think with the break too, I think we've kind of got to, like, when Tobias is like the breaks started or he just disappears, I honestly think we kind of got to really settle down and bunker up, because it could be for a long time. Like, it could be for, he's been doing this for 15 years. If he takes like a year or two break or something,
Yeah.
we just got to accept that. Maybe longer. It's his life. It's his baby. And no matter what, the music is still here. You know, no matter how long of a break he takes. We can always go back and listen to Opus through Skeleta, and we'll always have that.
Exactly. And well, first of all, I want to shout out Joker Quinn here, who gifted 1 Ghost Historia membership. So thank you so much.
Wonderful.
So that means one of you guys just got you're a member now for free because of Joker Quinn here. So everybody say thank you. And so somebody
Thank
is
you,
a new
Joker Quinn.
member. Awesome. Thank you so much. But yeah, man, and you know what? I don't put it past them maybe already having recorded some covers that would amount to maybe a 4 to 5 track EP. So maybe there's a chance we might not feel the break as much. I would feel, if that's the case, we might feel it more between that EP and the next album. Kind of like from Phantomime to right now would have been maybe another 1 to 2 year wait for him to actually take a good rest. But either way, whatever the case may be, even if he hasn't done any covers or anything, it seems he really needs it, because honestly, even the ones I've seen of him doing the press tour this time, or the press for before the album, he does look exhausted, man. He looks like, let's just get this over with, bro.
Yeah. I can't wait just for all this stuff.
Yeah, and to think how much we've talked about, the lore's might be winding down. He's been all the burnout and everything. But look how much content we're actually getting. I think now more than ever, we've gotten actually bombarded with, over this past year, just so much. A feature film that was in theaters we got to go see. We're getting an album in like 2 weeks' time. We've just debuted new comic books that we've never had before. So there's actually so much.
And even out of the ghost sphere, like Tobias related still, of course. His 17-year lost album Passiflora was here.
Yeah.
Like, we've gotten a lot of Tobias-centric content, and I think, especially in these new interviews, he seems to be way more open.
Yeah.
And especially about, like, needing a break and this and that. And it's really, I don't know. It's nice to see him being so honest, but at the same time, it is understandable of him being like, I need a break. Because he has been doing this for 15 years, and we can't expect him just to keep on touring and touring and touring. He needs a break.
Even
to
though
spend time with his family.
Exactly. Even though, like, I'm sure there are fans that, and they don't mean it in a malicious way. I mean, I'm deep down, I'm sure we all would, always love to have them, a new tour from them, like right around the corner, or a new album, or anything. You know what I mean? We kind of have devoured everything, even if it's a comic. We're devouring it. So
yeah.
So whatever it is, let's see.
Masses are hungry.
Oh my god, The Shape in the Shadows with another $10 super chat. Wow, he says, got to go. Guys, got to finish up work, but keep up the good work and catch you all next time. Take care, everyone. Wow, everybody say goodbye to The Shape in the Shadows. Wow, he's been an amazing first-time supporter of the channel. Thank you guys for coming through, and even everybody who's just tuning in with us here. You guys are the reason why we have so much fun doing this show. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd like to say thank you, Shape in the Shadows, for supporting Historia. That's really wonderful, and I love to see it. And yeah, you're all wonderful. You're all lovely. Heart hands to you all. Um, yeah, it's great. It's really fun to like once a week or so gather as a community and talk about something that we all enjoy.
Exactly. I mean, there obviously is going to come a time. Right now, we're right in the, the cusp of the tour starting and the album coming out shortly after. So we have a lot of topics. I'm sure there's going to come a time where where there's really, we'll maybe have to go back to the beginning and kind of recycle through stuff in order to talk about stuff. But or who knows? Maybe just to still come in here and hang out and chat. We could even cover other topics as long as we kind of, because it would be, it would kind of suck to just have this go away because, new material goes away. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So we'll
absolutely.
see.
Also, I'd like to say thank you to GhostTube, who tipped $5. This was fun to watch. Would love to chat with you guys more in the future. It would be great fun, and you're always welcome to like come
For sure.
back. And yeah, everyone's welcome. Obviously, as I've said before, keep it above the belt. But just having everyone here as this community to come to is wonderful. And I would also be like kind of sad if SKELETALK just had to kind of disappear because nothing new is coming out. Because I feel like we still need to facilitate this community and somewhere for people to go, especially
Yeah,
on
even if
YouTube,
it's
which is like
exactly.
yeah,
Even if it's not new material, there's we just mentioned it, 15 years worth of a back catalog that we can really go through, dissect. And even let's say the day comes where you've exhausted everything, it doesn't mean that we can't chat about stuff that's on the periphery of Ghost, whether that's another band that maybe is similar that we're interested in, or even if it's stuff like movies, horror movies. It's something that's related, like it lives in the same sphere, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
that way
like
we could still
we
come
do
together.
a public domain movie night where we watch the original Nosferatu because Tobias was inspired by it.
there you go. The movie that should not exist because all copies
Exactly.
of it should have been destroyed out of existence. Yet we still enjoy it. It creeps me the hell out, man. I'm telling you, that movie's still freakier than the new one that just came out by Robert Eggers. I enjoyed it for what it was. I've been loving his movies and his aesthetic, but that nothing scares me more than black and white silent movies, man. They're creepy.
There's an inherent eeriness to the original that I think is lost in the new one, especially because obviously the new one is kind of doing its not a different story, but its own interpretation of the same story, which I think is a great thing for a remake to do instead of rehashing old points.
Yeah.
But I don't find Count Orlok super intimidating in that. Mainly because he just looks like a pretty attractive guy. Like he's kind of grody if you look at the back of his head, but looking face forward, that's just a guy with a big nose and a mustache. It's pretty much it's copia coded.
it,
Um,
it really is more something like akin to that than akin to the original, what we think of Nosferatu. The
yeah,
Ghostferatu came out
Nosferatu.
better.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You
crazy.
go back to that original one where he's got like an oddly shaped head because of the the bald cap and like the tufts of hair behind the ears, and Max Shrek just slowly creeping, eyes wide, the teeth. It's timeless performance, wonderful performance.
For sure. I mean, back in the day, some people were convinced around the time it came out that they were really looking at a vampire on screen. That's how convinced they were back in the day, And
Yeah.
hey, if we had seen it when it came out in those times, yeah, wizardry right there. That's
Nosferatu.
Let's see here. Nomad says, I wish I could get into Sleep Token. Love their aesthetic. Can't get into the music, sadly. I mean, I get that. The aesthetic, it really almost like what they've some people have even said about Ghost, where like they look harder than they actually are. You know what I mean? It's more the visuals for
Yeah.
some people don't match the actual music that you hear. And yeah, for sure, Sleep Token even includes more R&B and other type of influences like that. So yeah, that's it, it's different. It's not really too close. But yeah, man,
I've still not listened to Sleep Token. I still need to.
I like them. But that's because like I've said either episode 1 or 2 that I'm somebody that comes from a background of also listening to hip hop and things like that. I'm not just strictly like rock or metal, so I'm more open to it. Where I know a lot of people that just stick to this genre are less open to it, but commercially, you can't argue. Um, they're kind of killing it right now, man.
Oh
The
yeah,
they're
Tobias shouted them out recently, didn't he? In one of the interviews, I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, they're kind of like when Ghost was starting out, and you got that. You know, I was listening to Metallica, and then all of a sudden James
Yeah.
Hetfield shouted out Ghost, and I was like, what? So I started hearing
Whoa.
about Sleep Token recently, and like I said, I get into it because I'm more open to that, but I can see why it's hitting the mainstream more because it does have more of what the mainstream has, which is influences of hip hop, R&B, mixed in with metal. So because yeah, it charted the Emergence that somebody brought up here. Their single that they brought out 6 days after Satanized, it charted 57 on the Hot 100.
Wow.
Whereas if we put into context, the biggest song that has charted, the most popular that has charted for Ghost, is hitting 90 on the Hot 100, and that was Mariana Cross after its TikTok like boom. Not even when it originally came out. So Sleep Token's like whoever you guys are sleeping on them. And then they just dropped a new song where I'm like, come on, Ghost, what's going on here? They just dropped 2 singles and their album's still in May. Like, what's happening? And it's funny because this new song, he kind of touches on a lot of what Tobias is talking about, not about burnout, but it's another artist that's kind of presenting to their fans. He like a lot of the song people were like, wow, because he kind of his lyrics are all about pretty much how like fame has gotten to him and how he's like, I don't even like opening my door, like just basically how he's felt since becoming famous and how he's like, you guys put my name out there trying to get a rise out of me because they want to remain anonymous, but you'll have those people that are like, just putting it out there just to be here's his real name, and it's like, guys, just respect the wishes of the artist. Like if they want to remain anonymous, why be an asshole like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because
We
I feel like
probably still wouldn't know
anonymity.
Tobias's name right now if it were really up to him,
Yeah, if it wasn't due to the lawsuit. It's very possible, and I feel like especially in the modern era where like everyone's connected to everything all the time, anonymity is so important. So just throwing out someone's like real actual name when they show very publicly that they want to be anonymous is such a horrible thing to do. It's such a just a dick thing to do, really.
Yeah, and yeah,
not respectful.
And every community will always have those people, and it doesn't speak for the majority, but sometimes, the smallest crowd is the loudest. So
yeah,
sadly, socialist media shows us that. But anyways, man, any final things you want to talk about before we head out for today? I think we got everything covered.
I think so far for everything that we wanted to cover is really done. The next one is going to be an exciting one because it's the one right before the Skeletor begins, and I think that's when everything's gonna kick into to high gear, at least for like a good few episodes of SKELETALK. Maybe we'll get Umbra or another single in that time, so that'll be very interesting. In the meantime, watch more Ghost Historia. I don't know. I never talked to the guy personally, but I heard he makes pretty good videos.
No, watch more Chronicle Ghoul videos
More
and
Chronicle videos. What
and
Chronicle
tease
Ghoul
them in the
videos?
comments of like, give me another one, give me another one.
I'm trying. I promise. I'm begging more. Don't hit me.
But no, yeah, I'm
Hockey
gonna
stick
keep my
now.
fingers crossed for basically from now until next week or a week from now that we either get news on the new single, it drops, and I swear to God, if it's Umbra, he's just gonna be Kane is gonna be unbearable during that talk. So
Oh, I'm gonna be singing it constantly during SKELETALK. I'm gonna be. It's like my soundboard. I have the. Hold on. Where is it? Where's my soundboard? I have the. I'm going to have something from Umbra. I'm gonna have something from Umbra in that.
the constant cowbell. But yeah, so hopefully either that or some other juicy information to cover right before you go, man. So there's got to be something else that kind of drops before the tour starts and the next comic issue. So yeah, fingers crossed that we do get some more and juicy info to cover next episode.
Oh yeah. One could hope.
But yeah, guys, I think that's gonna do it for us today. It's been a blast hanging out with you guys again. I mean, this is like I kind of look forward to this now for like 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite things that we do because, like I said, making the normal videos, it's still fun and you guys really interact in the comments, but nothing beats obviously a live, interaction with you guys. So thank you for being here like always.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for returning, even if we were like 2 minutes late or something. I don't know why you're all freaking out about it.
Yeah, it couldn't have been longer than that.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, thank you all for sticking with us. It does mean the most.
Let me actually really quick before we leave try to download or upload the drum cover. That way that could be our little I want that to be the little outro. So just bear with me for just a second.
I think another idea for a potential future SKELETALK, especially because we're trying to grow as a community, and you put your email out there for people to email fan art, fan theories, and stuff. We could do like a SKELETALK just off of talking about people's fan art and fan fiction. Well, not fan fiction, but like fan theories, headcanons, things like that. It would be really, really interesting to see.
Oh yeah, and another thing I was gonna suggest when GhostTube was still here, he said he hoped to talk to us more in the future. Future videos, it'd also be fun to invite like a third person for the day, like a guest, kind of like maybe a fellow ghost creator, or so who knows? Maybe we'll discover more other other people in the community like GhostTube that want to sit in with us. He's still here?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he had said he was leaving. Maybe that was somebody else. I apologize.
It might have been. Yeah. Well, hello, GhostTube.
But yeah, this is almost ready. I'm just getting it downloaded and uploaded here. But because that was pretty cool. I got that. It was like shortly after we ended the last stream, either the same day or the next day. Crowbar sent over this drum cover. I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And then in the next SKELETALK, we're gonna show off a couple other things. We got like one fan art. Another person shared their cross stitch that they did. So yeah, man, that's pretty cool. Send those things in, and we'll always try to share them here on the episodes as well.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I might put my email in as well, so people can also message us both. We can compile it. I've got one. I'll do it right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
This just has a few seconds.
That's all good. Oh, do I need to be the elevator music again?
No, it's all All right, it's just uploading now.
Making sure that's my email. How do you send in fan art? Feel free to send it to either mine or to Ghost Historia's email, and we'll be able
I'll
to.
put mine again just in case anybody didn't get it the last time. While this finishes uploading. Oh no, it's not Gmail, it's Yahoo. What am I doing? The wrong one. Somebody else is gonna receive stuff and be like, "What's going on here?
What's happening?
Another Ghost Historia."
Who's Tobias Forge? Oh, Brandon AW stinks. Just put "we're so back." I'm actually catching one of these.
Oh no. Oh, it says your email says your real name if you didn't know already. I mean, it's all good. I mean, whatever. It's just don't do anything.
Yeah, just be chill, pretty much.
I mean,
Hey,
everybody's
people.
gonna have every now and then same last name, same first name. So as long as it's not my social security number, we're all good.
GhostTube has asked if it's okay to put a link to their channel in chat. Oh yeah, you just highlighted it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You're a fellow ghost creator. It's a lovely to see, especially considering a lot of ghost creators that I was inspired by. His name is John Cena.
His name is John Cena. Oh my lord. Oh lord.
I was thinking the other day about how the ghost channels that inspired me to start mine just aren't around anymore.
Oh,
It's so
no.
weird.
See,
I
and
miss
it's
them.
funny because when I started, you weren't around anymore, and then thankfully you kind of like rose from the dead. So
I came
So
back
it all
with
worked.
Marlboros and milk.
I had to drag you and be like, "Nope, we're doing this thing. You sit right there, and we're gonna talk." Force you to do some content.
Oh no, content. Oh. He
Come
came
on, drum
back. I
cover
like that one.
upload. It's the
He
sickest drum
came back.
cover. Oh, there we go. Finally. So let me. Where do I set it again? I forgot. Oh, outro right here. Here we go. All right, I got this set up. Any last words, or we good to go?
I'm good to go. Thank you all for coming through again. It was lovely talking to you all. Can't wait for the next one.
Thank you guys, and we'll see you most likely next Saturday, and we'll try to be punctual, but don't hold us
We
to
might
it.
stop fighting again.
All right, see you guys later, and enjoy the drum cover from Crowbar, who I believe, yeah, there you go, who's still in the chat. So shout outs to him. See you guys later.
Massive shout
Be
outs.
nice to each other.
Bye
Take
bye
care.
and be good.
If you have gold